What if taking care of yourself actually helped you show up better for everyone else? I'm Janet Jacks, Coach Janet J, and this is your next best step. This podcast is about real doable shifts that help you breathe easier and move forward one step at a time. If you've been carrying the weight of too much for too long and waiting for things to calm down before you start caring for yourself, this is your sign. The time is now. Let's begin where you are. You were made for more than just surviving. Have you ever thought, why was friendship so easy when I was younger, and why is it so hard to make friends as an adult? At 20, friendship happened almost by accident. You may have shared hallways, classrooms, workplaces, late night snacks, random errands. There was constant overlap. At 45 or 55, friendship needs planning. You have to schedule connection the way you schedule oil changes. And I know that does not sound pretty. And if that makes you feel discouraged, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not imagining it. There are real research-backed reasons adult friendships are so hard. Today, we are talking about them, especially in midlife, and how to make friends without feeling awkward, needy, or like you missed the memo everyone else got. You will leave with three things: a simple aha that removes self-blame, a faith-grounded lens for connection, and one next best step you can take this week. I used to assume that if I met the right people, friendship would just click. And sometimes it does. Yet, adult life is loud and your calendar fills itself. Suddenly, weeks go by, then months, and you realize you really do like people but haven't seen yours in a while and feel socially out of practice. So, if you have been thinking, what is wrong with me? Let us replace that question with a better one. What is making friendship harder in this season, and how do I work with reality instead of fighting it? Here's the shift. Friendship in adulthood is less about chemistry and more about structure. You do not need to become more likable. You need a more realistic pathway to connection. Think of friendship like tending a garden. In your 20s, you were handed rich soil, regular rain, and plenty of sunshine, proximity, repetition, shared time. In midlife, you can still grow beautiful friendships. You just need to be more intentional about watering them. So instead of saying, I need a best friend, start here. I need consistent, low-pressure contact with one or two people. That is how adult friendship grows. Small moments, repeated contact, warmth over time. Let's put some why under this. First, friendship takes more time than most of us realize. Communication researcher Jeffrey Hall found it takes real hours together to deepen friendship. And I mean social hours, talking, laughing, doing enjoyable things together. Not just being in the same meeting or sitting in the same church row. That kind of quality time is exactly what midlife rarely hands out for free. Second, your brain has a realistic limit. Robin Dunbar's research, including his 2025 review, describes how we naturally organize relationships into layers with an inner circle that is quite small, often around 5 close relationships. So, if you feel like you cannot maintain dozens of close friendships, that is biology. That is how you are designed. Third, midlife in the U.S. is uniquely pressured. AARP just reported in December 2025 that about 40% of adults age 45 and older experience loneliness, up from 35% in previous years. And research published in the American Psychologist found that U.S. midlife loneliness runs consistently higher than in many European countries. We are carrying heavier loads with fewer safety nets. Fourth, the way you connect matters. Research published in scientific reports found that face-to-face communication relates more strongly to mental health than digital alternatives. That does not mean texting is worthless. It just means in-person time carries unique benefits worth protecting when you can. So yes, adult friendship is harder. Time is tighter. Capacity is real. Cultural factors matter. And none of that equals hopelessness. It equals clarity. It means you are not failing. You are navigating a genuinely challenging season. Even though today is mostly the emotional pillar, friendship ripples through everything. Emotionally, you feel steadier, more seen, more able to process what you are going through when you have people who know you. Mentally, connection interrupts those spirals of isolation and the nobody gets it. It gives you perspective and reminds you you are not alone. Physically, social connection is linked with better health outcomes over time. When you reduce that low-grade stress of isolation, your body responds. Spiritually, you were never meant to carry life alone. Faith deepens in community through encouragement, through prayer, through someone saying, "Me too," when you thought you were the only one. Here are 3 quick principles you can use immediately. First, aim for small and repeatable. Adult friendships grow through consistency more than intensity. You do not need epic adventures. You need someone to walk with on Tuesday mornings. Second, use what already exists. Look for built-in overlap, the places you already go, church rhythms, classes, volunteer roles. The friend you are looking for might already be in the room. You just need to turn the acquaintance into actual connection. Third, let it be ordinary. Some of the strongest friendships are built doing boring life together. Errands, quick coffee, a text that says thinking of you. You do not need to wait for the perfect bonding moment. You just need to keep showing up. Here is your next best step. The 3-text week. This week, text 3 different people. No agenda, no scheduling pressure, just warmth. Pick 3 people. 1 roots person, someone from your past that you've been thinking about. 1 current season person, someone in your life right now. 1 potential new connection, someone you would like to know better. Keep it simple. You popped into my mind today just saying hi. Or, I saw something that reminded me of you and it made me smile. Or, no big reason, just wanted you to know I am thinking of you. That is it. 3 texts, 3 sparks of connection. If this feels vulnerable, that is normal. Reaching out takes courage. And hear me, these are not random tips pulled from thin air. They are built from solid research on how friendship actually develops in adulthood. Small actions repeated over time creates real change. Also, if your loneliness has turned into something heavier, ongoing depression, anxiety, feeling emotionally stuck, reaching out to a counselor or trusted professional is a strong next step. Wisdom uses support. Scripture to hold on to this week. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, "Encourage one another and build each other up." Even the quick text, the "Hey, thinking of you," that is encouragement. That is building someone up. That is choosing connection on purpose. So take your next best step the 3-week text week. Then notice what happens in your heart when you reach out. If this episode helped you, please share it with a woman who has been quietly wondering the same thing. Why is friendship so hard? I am Coach Janet J, and this is your next best step. All right, you've got your next step. Small, doable, and real. If this inspired you, make sure to grab your free 5-minute daily reset at yournextbeststep.com. It's my gift to help you pause the chaos and reconnect with what matters most. Be sure to subscribe. And if someone came to mind while you listened, please share this with them. Remember, you are seen, you are known, and you matter. Be kind to yourself along the way. You are making real change, one step at a time. Hey, before you go, I have a quick question for you. Which of those 3 texts was hardest to send? Was it the roots person, that friend from your past you've been thinking about? The current season friend, someone already in your life? Or the new connection, someone you would like to know better but have not quite bridged that gap yet? I'm genuinely curious because I think we all have different friction points when it comes to reaching out. Drop a comment on this episode. Send me a DM on Instagram at Janet J. Jax, or for Facebook at Coach Janet J. I read every single one, and I would love to know what resonated with you. And hey, if you actually sent one of those texts this week, tell me how it went.